What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. And I found him. I finally found him. He's back, big smile on his face. It wasn't expected, so that's why it's not in the title or the thumbnail or anything. But he's here. Big bro Kev's in the building. What's happening, bro? Bro!
Curtis, I even went to Nottingham and a man said, Curtis is looking for you. How you doing, Curtis? You all right, man?
Hey,
I'm
man,
good.
Good to have you back, bro. I know you've been mad busy the last few weeks. You know what? When we were losing, people was like, go and get Kevin, brook his neck. And then when we were winning, they said, get him in so he can brook my neck. But you know what? It's all smiles.
It's all
anyway.
love, man.
It's all love, bro.
Curtis, I've got to say,
go on.
Those 3 games after international break,
yeah,
I'm sure your channel was flaming. I could feel some pressure on my neck coming from somewhere, Curtis. And I know it's you.
Do you know what though, Kev? I always said with me, man, I'm more than willing to eat humble pie if it's for the benefit of the team. So I'm more than happy to be wrong with this manager.
I got a nice large one baking just for you in there.
I might need one of them bottles in the background, one of them good ones.
Yeah, don't worry, man. I'm gonna fill it up with some Jamaican white in there. So you.
Hey, but listen, man, how are you feeling? I know you've been mad busy, been doing work with Nottingham Forest. I saw you on Sky with Everton. I think I was doing the watch along at the weekend. Somebody said you was doing Arsenal. Was it on Astro or something?
On
You've been all over the place.
Yeah, PLP. I've done Everton and Arsenal at the weekend. So it was crazy. I've been crazy busy, Curtis. But something I was supposed to. I shouldn't even be on today, as you know. It was lastminute.com, but something got moved. And I thought, right, here's my opportunity to come on. What I can say is, listen, Arsenal haven't been convincing, Curtis. That's one thing I will say. Haven't been convincing. But you know as well as I do, at this stage of the season, it is about results.
It is.
It's about results. And you know what, Curtis? This weekend, I believe, could be real pivotal for us. We've got to hold our serve, mind.
Yeah, of course.
Leeds are going to be coming. They're going to be desperate.
Yeah, they are. I mean, in the back of our mind, when I expect everything to go right with Arsenal is when things get a little bit dangerous, because I'm like, you know what? Liverpool, they're going to beat Tottenham on Saturday night. We're going to turn up and roll Leeds over. 5 points clear going into the North London derby. But you just never know in football, do you, at this stage of the season as well?
Curtis, you are absolutely spot on. You don't know. I mean, who would have believed, Curtis, we would have lost those 3 games in a row?
I know.
As far as we're looking at it, we're done, in a sense. Yeah. Because momentum's gone. Momentum is gone. But you know what, Curtis? That Chelsea game told us a lot. These youngsters are ready to fight, man. And as we said, we got to go to man's ass and thump him in his mouth first. And we boxed up Chelsea, and Chelsea wouldn't respond. Eddie bad them up. You know what I mean? Eddie bad them up in their place.
Oh, it was bad. You just can't write. I tell you what, that Amazon documentary is going to break records, isn't it? Because, we lose them 3 and then we win these 3. It's all mad.
Curtis, if we get top 4, it's going to be a bestseller. I'm telling you, that Amazon.
It is. Do you know what? I just wanted to, obviously, I haven't even pre-planned much with you coming on, so we're just going to freestyle. No lyrics.
Best way.
You know what I mean? Straight off the top. What have you made of, because a lot of people at the moment are talking about El Neni and Eddie Nketiah bringing like a new lease of energy to us, and El Neni kind of looks more settled with Xhaka than maybe Sambi did, and Eddie runs the line a little bit better or differently to Lacazette. Lacazette drops, Eddie stays high. What have you made of them two? And just the second part, would you extend their contracts? Because that's the new debate that's going off.
Well, the first answer to the first part of the question for me, Curtis, is it just goes to show what, especially midfield with El Neni, what a little bit of experience can do.
Yeah.
Because El Neni's an experienced campaigner. He hasn't played a lot of games for Arsenal, but he's experienced. He goes in there, he does a job. Every team needs him, needs one of or a few of these guys. So can he go in there and do a job? Yes. We've seen him do a job beside Party. We've seen him do a job with Xhaka, etc. Time to time he goes in. When we're in Europe, he goes in there and does a job. We know what El Neni brings to the table.
Yeah.
But you know what, Curtis? We know what Eddie brings to the table. Lacazette isn't the quickest. Eddie's young. He can run channels. He can do all that. But you know what it really does for me, Curtis? It just shines the light on how bad we've been.
Yeah.
If
I
we
agree.
upgrade these positions, look how good we can be. We get a proper striker in. How good can we be?
Yeah.
You get a proper midfielder. And I'm not saying, listen, for me, El Neni is always a good backup, but he's just always ever going to be a backup for me. You know, if we're looking to do things at the top end of the table, we've got to get better players in there. If he's willing to stay and be like 4th, 5th choice, but then you're stopping a Patino maybe, or or Aziz or somebody maybe making it. So El Neni's had his time at Arsenal. I think he's doing a great job, and thank you, El Neni. You know what I mean, for helping. Eddie,
Yeah.
thanks for helping. But we need to upgrade these guys, man. It just goes to show we've had no striker for long periods of the season, or
Yeah.
strikers that have been off. And Eddie done well at Chelsea, but he's had some really gilt-edged chances against United, and especially at the weekend against West Ham. Some of them he made himself. Got to be taking 1 or 2 of those, Curtis. That's the name of the game.
And Kev, do you know what? Probably one of the first times I agree with everything you just said there.
What?
I can't believe it. I'm checking my water. I thought someone put Ray and Nephew in there. No, but listen, I agree with it. And listen, you've seen it. You've been involved at Arsenal when they were winning trophies, and sometimes you get somewhere. Unfortunately, you have to let certain people go so you can go to that next level. And like you said, we're looking at Eddie like, oh my God, he runs and he's going beyond the last defender, but he's not doing anything unbelievable. It's just, you know what I mean? It's refreshing because Lacazette wasn't doing that. So I agree, man. We have to upgrade both of them.
We get a striker who could run in behind, who can finish. We're in business. I'm telling you, we are in business.
Yeah.
No Party, no Tierney. We've got some real strong players who are missing from our team. No Ben White, although big respect to Holding for coming in and doing his job. But, he's just keeping the position warm.
Yeah.
We upgrade these guys, man. I'm telling you. This Arsenal team, Curtis, it's a big summer for us, man.
Yeah,
it's a big, big summer for us. And you know what? The likes of Lokonga, he's going to have to step up. I know he's young. I know he's talented. But you know what? If you can't make that jump, you ain't playing.
Yeah.
Man, make El Neni come in and take the spot. That's the name of the game.
You know what, Kev? This is, you're preaching today. I'm telling you, I think you needed that 2 or 3 week break, man. This is what I'm on. If you're at Arsenal, it's sink or swim. Like you've got a huge opportunity there. And you shouldn't make El Neni, like you said, come in and like, well, oh my God, El Neni looks so good. But, these Tavares and these guys, they got to grab that opportunity with both hands.
Well, speaking of Tavares, listen, I think it was brave of Mikel Arteta to put him back in. I've got to say. And at times it has paid off, obviously, against Manchester United. And then you see that we're getting 2 sides of Tavares at the moment, aren't we? We're getting a Tavares that looks the business going forward, but he can be a liability defending. He can. And he'll be a better player next season, Curtis, because he's got a year. It's only his first season.
Yeah.
It's going to take him a bit of time. He's gone through the roller coaster, trials and tribulations. He's been yanked off a couple of times. And you know what? These boys are young. These boys are young and they're learning. So both of them should be better next season. But here's the thing, Curtis. We get that top 4 spot. What are we going to want? We're going to want a challenge next season. No messing.
Yeah.
Because right now we're 3 points behind Chelsea, and Chelsea look like they're just coasting for the FA Cup.
Yeah.
I want to run them down.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what
I
I
hear.
want. I want to run them down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. 100%. I mean, at the start of the season, Chelsea were tipped as title challengers. Lukaku, just won the Champions League. So, yeah, if we can finish above them, it's a statement. But like you're saying, if we get top four, we don't want to get fourth. Then next year we finish seventh, sixth. We got to keep ourselves in there and push on. What do you make of Gabriel Jesus, who's been linked heavily? And I see Rio Ferdinand's waxing lyrical about him. Some people are saying doesn't score enough. Some people are saying he would score more if he played through the middle more. What's your opinion on Jesus?
I like Jesus. I think he's a good player. What we got to do is you got to look at the way Man City are and the way Pep Guardiola operates. A lot of the time, Jesus doesn't start down the middle because Aguero was the main man.
Yeah.
And when Aguero's the main man, you got to fit in around that guy. And there's been times where he's played wide. He scores goals. He does. He can score goals. And I think he knows how to press. Now you see him firing. Right now, you see him firing.
Yeah.
That could be for us. He's fit, he's young, and he fits in with that model. He knows exactly how Mikel Arteta wants to play. I think it'll be a good signing. And the fact of the matter is he can play anywhere across there, Curtis. A lot of our problems come in, Curtis, when we want to change the team. Say for an FA Cup game, we want to change the team and the backups ain't as strong.
Yeah.
We need the squad so we could say, right, Jesus, today you're going to play on the left. No problem. He can do that job and he can score from that position as well. He's a threat. So I think he will be a really good signing. 1 year left on his contract at the end of the season. Maybe we could nick him as well, Curtis.
Get him even cheap. Yeah, yeah. And for you, do you think we need two strikers then?
Yep. 2 minimum.
Yeah.
I think we need 2 minimum. Do you know the truth? I think Arteta is going to go for 3 forwards. 3 more.
So would you say
a big striker, Jesus, who can play anywhere up there. And I still think they're after that Lautaro Martinez from Inter.
Yeah, yeah.
I still think you get Champions League football, you're going to need a killer.
Yeah.
That boy's a killer. He can finish.
Yeah, no, 100%. I wanted to ask you, because we was talking about Jesus there and El Neni and that. Have you ever been, or have you seen it where, or have you felt it where your contract's running out and I don't know, does the player panic? Or are you thinking this scouts galore? How come sometimes players seem to go up a gear when that contract's winding down?
Well, I think it's opportunity as well, Curtis. I mean, there's been stretches where Sterling weren't playing.
Yeah.
Manchester City, that's the thing about that squad. They've got the embarrassment of riches. Gundogan scored 20-odd goals last season. Most of this season, he's been coming on from the bench.
Yeah.
How does that work? So, again, when you've got a squad like they've got, sometimes it's very difficult to build up a head of steam. All of a sudden now, he's starting to get an opportunity and the goals are going in. Why? Because Man City are going for the title. Everybody's playing up. Everybody is. So, if we can nick him, Curtis, I'll take him. No problem. And you know what? It will weaken them.
Exactly, yeah, because they're going to want 2 options in case Haaland has an off day or he gets injured. So, yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. In terms of the games we've just won, obviously, we'll leave the 3 games before. It's a bit, let's focus on the positives. These last 3 games, have they showed our qualities, but also shown our inconsistencies, if you like? Because if we'd have won 1 maybe out of those 3 that we lost, we'd already be 5 clear, potentially 8 clear. So has it shown our strengths and weaknesses, if you like?
Yeah, it's shown our vulnerability. It's shown our youth and lack of experience as well.
Yeah.
Losing to Brighton at home was a sickener. Could you lose to Palace? Yeah, okay. It was after the international break. People were jetting all over the world. But that Brighton game at home, we never turned up, Curtis. We never turned up. And Brighton were worthy winners. They were worthy winners. The game that really frustrated me was the Southampton game because we had opportunities to win that game.
Yeah.
But Curtis, we could have been playing till now. We wouldn't have scored. The ball just weren't going to go in the net. And you know what? You have those days. Sometimes it's not going on, but at the time, it doesn't feel great. And then we have our game in hand, which is Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge. And we go there and we brought them up. You know, that, and then you see the confidence start to come back in the team. Ødegaard start getting a grip of the game. Even Eddie, as I said, Eddie coming in that game, gets a couple of goals. You know, he's getting calls from all sorts. I'm sure Boris Johnson's giving him a call. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Celebration.
People are giving him a call. So, again, we showed our vulnerabilities in the previous games, what we lost. Yes, I get that. But even in these wins, we still showed our vulnerabilities because we haven't been great at the back.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, Curtis. You know, we don't keep clean sheets anymore, Curtis. And we need clean sheets.
Yeah. No, it's true. Kev, what do you make of this? Would you take Origi on a free? He's out of contract.
No, thanks.
You wouldn't have him?
No, thank you. No. Listen, I think he does well at Liverpool, but he doesn't start.
Yeah.
He's going to want to go somewhere to start. And Arsenal ain't the place.
In terms of other strikers' names, who else? I mean, obviously this Calvert-Lewin one, Darwin Núñez. Who else would you throw in?
I think we need a bigger striker. So it's either Núñez, it's either Tammy, or is it Patrick Schick?
Yeah, Patrick Schick, yeah.
Yeah, it's him. It's one of the three. We do need somebody who can head it and have a physical presence up there. Obviously, Vlahovic, we couldn't get him. I think it's going to be one of those three, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
And,
I think most
Tammy,
people.
It seems like they're pricing Tammy out of it. They're saying 70 million.
He's not worth that, is he?
We ain't paying that.
Yeah.
We're not paying that.
What about Richarlison? I know you know him well. I mean, would he go well with Arteta? I'm not sure, but
I'll tell you one thing. Everton won't want to lose him. I could tell you that much. Richarlison could do it all, Curtis. He could lead the line. He could play wide. He could score goals. He can play as number 10. He can play either side of a striker. He can play as a 2. Brazil international. He's a starter. But he'll cost a hell of a lot of money. He'll be more than Tammy.
I suppose the only thing, if they went down, which I think they might stay up, but if they were to go down, I'm sure you'd get a reduced price on him, wouldn't you?
Well, maybe, but I can't see. After them beating Chelsea, I think they're gonna kick on now. I really think they're gonna push on. They've got a game in hand. They win that game in hand. You know, Curtis, they haven't won an away game since August. That's why they're in this problem. You win 1 or 2 games and they will never have this problem. That's been their issue. You know, that's been their issue. They haven't won an away game since August. And just by odds go, they're going to win an away game. They've got Leicester and Watford next. They're the next 2 away games. They're the next 2 games. They're going to win 1.
They better not come and get that away win at Arsenal, you know, last game of the season. We might need that.
Curtis, I've said it already. Everton better get their business done before that game.
I'm telling you.
They better get their business done before that game, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Because I fancy Arsenal. If Arsenal need to win and they need to win, Arsenal win that game.
Kev, a lot of people have been messaging about this. I've seen people tweeting you about this as well. So Arsenal have announced now they're going to Baltimore to play Everton, ironically, 16th of July, then Orlando and Chelsea. I've seen people saying, get Kev to America, man. Is there any chance of you going over there?
Well, at the moment, Curtis, at the moment, no. But I have to check the visa status. I have to
Yeah.
check that because I got into a bit of problems a few years ago because I do humanitarian work in Iraq.
Okay.
That's where they were stopping. They banned me from going because I'd been to Iraq. So
Okay.
I have to go through a lot of rigmarole to go to the embassy and all that kind of thing. And I just haven't got the time at the moment, Curtis. If I'm honest with you. So if I can get that all sorted out, then obviously there might be a opportunity to get out there.
Mm. Yeah, I'm trying to get over there, man. Look, this is the new away kit for next season, Kev. You could have done bits in that, couldn't you?
Oh,
Black
that's
and
nice.
gold.
That's nice, man. That is. Hey, listen, that's sexy, Curtis. That's sexy, man. That's lovely.
Yo, we need some Champions League badges on them sleeves, man.
There
I'm
you
telling you.
go. Exactly. With some music. Anytime it comes up, the music comes on. Curtis.
I mean, Kev, man, looking ahead to the next few games, are you confident we're going to get that fourth spot? I mean, Tottenham, I think they got Burnley and Norwich last two games. And then their next two are obviously Liverpool and us. Most people seem to be saying if we can get at least a point so they can't gain anything on us, we'll probably be all right. But obviously, big ifs and buts.
Curtis, this weekend is pivotal because we've got to hold serve on Sunday. They play Liverpool. If Liverpool beat them and we win our game, then we're 5 points going into the North London derby. As long as all the pressure now is on them.
Yeah.
All the pressure is on them. As long as we don't get beat, Curtis, we're nice.
Yeah.
It's that simple. We're nice. We beat them, we knock them out. We broke them up. It's done. So there's massive incentive for us this weekend. Massive. Yeah, we're hoping for a little favor from Liverpool, but you know what? Brentford done us a favor as well, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so we'll take favors. We will take some favors from some of the other teams. And you know what, Curtis? Burnley's not going to be easy because Burnley are scrapping.
Yeah.
And remember, Burnley beat them up there. So they're never going to be easy games. Norwich are going to be playing free. They've got nothing to lose. You expect Spurs to win that one. So next game is the key. If we could extend our lead over them, massive opportunity.
Yeah. Thierry's been talking about Saliba. What would you like to see happen with Saliba next year? Obviously, I think they're saying he's played over 40 games this season in all comps, which I'm sure Arteta will be saying that's the reason he was loaned out.
That's right.
He's in the French squad. He's got 2 years left. What would you like to see happen with him next season?
I want to see him come into the squad, and I want to see him play some games in pre-season. I want to have a good look at him in an Arsenal shirt, Curtis, in the first team, not in no under 23s, in the first team. I want to see him. I want to see him beside Gabriel. I want to see him beside Ben White. I want to see him with Tommy Arsu on his right-hand side. That's what I want to see. I actually want to see him, see how he operates. Let's see what he's. We've seen him playing for other teams. We ain't seen him in our shirt properly yet.
Yeah.
In the first team. So I want to see him as part of a back three with Ben White in the middle, Gabriel one side, and Saliba on Ben White's right. That's what I want to see as well. Because sometimes we might have to play three at the back. I want to see him incorporated fully into our squad. And you know what, Curtis? You just never know. We might start the season with three at the back.
Yeah. It's because he put out a quote saying he hasn't spoken to the club yet. So then everyone was panicking, going, "Oh my God, why have they not spoken to him yet? He's leaving."
He's going nowhere.
You think he's all right?
He's going to be offered a new contract, Curtis. I mean, I think what people must understand as well, Curtis, he's still such a young man. He's still so young, but experience is the key. Him being on the bench is going to do him no good. He needs to play. And when you've got that talent, Arsenal bought him for a reason. They hadn't bought him to keep him in the freezer. So they bought him to season him up. So now he's getting seasoned. And now it's time for him to come home, get him a new contract. Right. You're part of the first team squad now. You're going to get your games. That's it. You perform, you get your games.
So you just got to dress that up to him, really, that you battle for them spots with Ben White and Gabriel.
And Rob Holding.
And Rob Holding, yeah.
Because you know what, Curtis? Champions League football, we might need to rotate this squad a bit more. Because that's been the downfall of us over the years. So, listen, if you're playing Champions League, great. If you're not, then you're playing in the Prem. I'm sure Saliba will take that.
Yeah, I hope so, man. We need him back, definitely. What do you make of Pepe? I mean, Pepe, I think the last 2 games hasn't even come off the bench. I mean, is that chapter finished? Do you think they just got to move him on in the summer?
Yeah, I think earlier on in the season, me and you talked about Pepe and said the second half of the season is going to determine whether Pepe is at the club next season or not.
Yeah.
He's done. He's done. Or for all his talent, Curtis, he's very talented. He's done. The manager doesn't trust him enough. And when you've got youngsters who are in double figures now, and I'm not saying that's a slight against Pepe, but when these youngsters are in double figures like a Saka and a Smith Rowe on the bench, he's not going to go for Pepe, he's going to go for Smith Rowe to come on. So unfortunately for Pepe, he's been too inconsistent. And then he had a good Africa Cup of Nations, came back, came on against, who was it? He came on against who did he come on against at home? Wolves and looked good, and we thought, right, he's going to kick on. But not that he hasn't really had the opportunities, really, but I just don't think the manager trusts him enough. And if he don't trust you, you're gone.
Just quickly, if he was going to try and argue his point a bit, I mean, he hasn't started a Premier League game since November, which is crazy, isn't it, when you think of it? And last season, he got double figures. So could he not say, I haven't had enough opportunities this season? Should he have played more, or is it just him and the manager? Anyway, when a manager doesn't trust you, you're not gonna play, are you?
Curtis, this is his 3rd season. So, you could,
I know what you're saying.
When it's your 3rd season, if people aren't sure about you, you're the record signing. If you're doing the business, then you're going to be in. Unfortunately, or fortunately for us, we've got some youngsters who have been unbelievable. Martinelli's carried it a bit, Smith Rowe's carried it a bit, and Saka's still carrying it. This is who Arsenal are right now. And, who do you drop for Pepe? Who do you drop? Yeah. People have even trying to, play him as a centre forward. He's not a centre forward. You're asking for trouble. So
yeah, it's a tough one. I just think it's ran its course, hasn't it? To be honest, it's one of them. It's a shame because I've always liked the talent. I've always felt there was something there, but
sometimes it's not enough. Yeah, sometimes, Curtis, especially if we get top 4, that means more players are coming in.
How many players do you think we need? Somebody said this yesterday. How many players do you think we need? Because a lot of people saying there, you can make 5 subs in the Prem next season, which I think
we need 8 players.
8 players.
8 players minimum. Because don't forget, Curtis, we're going to lose some players.
Yeah.
Let's say we lose Lacazette, Eddie, and El Neni. We're already light from this squad. We're already light. We need 8 players. That's what we need.
Is this chairman going to spend? Because 8 players are a lot of money.
Well, here's the thing, though. You see, Curtis, they're not 8 superstars. We don't need 8 superstars.
Mm.
We need some functional players. We need players who you can plug and play. Not every team has to be full of superstars. But what we need is some functional players. Players we can pick up some on a free transfer. But the key to all of this is the top players that you buy, they have to be top. We need some strikers who can score some goals, Curtis. That's what we need. Because think about it. We've been surviving this season without really a striker.
Mm.
Which team in the league, bar Man City, can do that?
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
It's madness. And if we qualify for the Champions League over that lot down the road and we haven't had a striker,
there's going to be a lot of
that's embarrassing. We've had our mother care squad. This is a mother care squad, the young squad.
Eating rusks, as you said, isn't it? On the bench.
Farley's Ross on the bench. Could you imagine what they're going to be like moving forward with better players added? I want to dominate. This is what we need. 8 to dominate. There you go, Curtis.
I mean, I had it written down. I think we need a left back because, to me, Tierney's missed 50 games in 3 seasons. So there's an injury issue there. Is Tavares ready for Champions League? I would say no at the moment. They're saying Cedric could go to Porto. That would be a right back. Saliba maybe comes back as a centre back. We need probably 2 centre mids. And like you said, probably at least 2 strikers. And even Leno could leave. I don't know if this American goalkeeper, I don't know how good he is.
He's a good shot stopper. He is. Good shot stopper. I think we need in midfield, we need 3 more. El Neni's going to go.
Yeah.
We need 3 more. Because remember, free play in there.
Yeah.
So when you think, the number 8 might sound 8. What do you reckon we need 8? You think about it. Even if we get 2 strikers, we need 3 in midfield, Curtis. We need a fullback or 2 fullbacks. We're at 7 already. We're not even talking about squad players, really. Or to just fatten out the squad. With another winger. We could do with another winger.
Especially if Pepe goes, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, again, Curtis, people are going to be leaving, so we need to fatten this squad out. We do. We need 8 players, minimum.
Kroenke is going to have to get that checkbook out, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of money to spend there. But it's needed,
but
man.
It's worth it, Curtis. It's worth it if we're in Champions League. It's worth it.
Yeah, no, it's true. What do you make of Xhaka then? What do you? Because I see a quote today in the Athletic, very much the mouthpiece, and Odegaard saying that that Xhaka is seen sort of as the captain of the group, even though he's not wearing the armband. I mean, Edu said last year they didn't want to sign a midfielder that went ahead of him. They wanted somebody like Lokonga. This year, surely somebody's got to come in that moves ahead of him to go next to Partey.
Well, again, this is where you have the strong squad, because if there's going to be Champions League games and an assault for the title or for that top 4 to make sure we want to be challenging for the title. That's the thing, Curtis. We want to be challenging. We want to get back to where we're supposed to be. We've got to be doing bits in the Champions League and in the league and in the cups. So we need a stronger squad. Now, the fact of the matter is, Granit Xhaka's been around this team a long time now.
Yeah.
He's been around a long time, and he's probably got senior status with Lacazette.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? These guys have got senior status. So I get all that. But here's the issue. If we want to move on and move up, better players have to come in. Better players than Xhaka. And by the way, Granit Xhaka has been very, very good this season. You know what my thoughts on him, Curtis? But he has been good this season. He's
It's,
had his
it's probably
moments.
been his best season, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, he's had his moments. 100%. He's had his moments early on, but since Partey's been out, he's really knuckled down to doing the job, and that's all. That's all we ask. We just want him to do the job. So again, we need better players in there. We need better players to compete in there, and whatever team the manager chooses has to be a winning one. That's the difference.
I mean, they had a fans forum last night. I'll get into it more probably on tomorrow's show. But Kroenke and Vinay said we're ahead of schedule, and they were sort of hinting that we weren't really sort of expecting Champions League this season. So where do you think they go next season? What do you think their target? Because we're saying, listen, get Champions League, and then we want to see you try and bridge that gap to them too. You're already laughing. You know?
I'm laughing because I'm the same. I feel the same. Look, yeah, they're playing it down, Curtis. Typical club, playing it down. You know, we're ahead of schedule and all that kind of thing. Listen, we're buzzing, they're buzzing. The key is getting it. We need to get it. Because you know what? You know, when you set a plan out, well, this is what we're going to do. There has to be some contingency plan built in. Because if you get to a point like a Champions League spot, you've got to ramp it up. You have to. You definitely have to. You can't go into the Champions League and say, look, we're only going to get 2 players and we'll see how it goes. Nonsense. You get your neck broke. Everybody will all broke their neck on that one. So I honestly think, Curtis, that they're going to be a little bit more flexible. We get Champions League. That's it. That's back to the big time. And we don't want to come out of that.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then listen, even just quickly on the Xhaka thing, as much as I do think Xhaka's had his best season, but like you say, you go in that Champions League. I mean, I watched that Madrid City game last week. You can't step foot on that pitch with Xhaka's and them, man. That's a different level. You know? That's you know what I mean? I don't know.
Them teams are that good that they're making good players do bad things, isn't it? You know, you see good players are committing sins on the pitch because they're worried about the quality is just so high. But it's about firepower, Curtis. That's what it's about a lot of the time. You've got to be able to defend, but you've got to be able to score goals. You want to win something. You want to win the Champions League. You want to get out the group stage. You've got to have firepower. And at the moment, we've got a spud gun.
No. Kev, I don't know what you're on to. I think you've emptied one of them bottles. Man said a spud gun, fam.
Listen, it's true, Curtis. We've got a spud gun.
Kev, you know, as a striker.
Do you remember back in the day, you used to get a potato and
kick it in.
And then fire it and a little piece of potato come out. That's what we're going off now. You know, not even water pistol. We got a spud gun because the spud gun ain't even got no use.
They ain't got nothing. Kev, you know, as a striker, you must look at like some of this now and think, yo, man, I could have been living good these days, man. You know what I mean?
Curtis, I'm blessed. I lived good with Arsenal before.
Yeah, man.
You know, I lived good. I got into Europe and we won a trophy. You know, listen, they're one of only 2 Arsenal teams to win a European trophy.
Tell them, Kev.
So you know, listen, I'll take that all day long, Curtis. What I see now, I see obviously Arsenal are in a bit of a transitional striker period, especially the forwards. They've morphed into wingers, come forwards, scoring goals. Smith Rowe getting double figures and Saka getting double figures is huge, man. That's big for us. And we've done it a little bit by committee. Look, the 2 centre-backs scoring against West Ham, you know, got us over the line.
Yeah.
But you know what? Against Spurs, we got to turn up. We got to turn up. Our forwards, all of those players have to turn up against them.
I mean, this it could be the biggest North London derby in years, couldn't it? Really,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
do you know what, Curtis? All the chips in the middle. They beat us, then we are on thin ice. We might be ahead of them,
Yeah,
but we're going into a Newcastle away game, and that's not going to be easy. That's going to be a tough game.
yeah, very.
We really got no cushion anymore. We'll have Newcastle and Everton, and I don't want to dispel Leeds, by the way, because we have to hold serve at home. But us going into that North London derby, is going to be so important for us to listen. We win out, we're in the Champions League. That simple. Just go and win every game. Don't mess around.
What do you think because some people have this debate about Champions League if you can't win it, but what do you think the Champions League does to this club moving forward, and how much can it help us?
I tell you what it does for this club, Curtis, and it starts on these channel. You all of a sudden are doing watch along, Champions League watch along with your team, not somebody else's team.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
That in itself, Curtis, you haven't been able to do at this club for 5, 6 years. 6 years it would be for next season. So the mindset straight away is Arsenal are back on that pedestal to be able to push forward. Not we're still climbing. No, we're there. Now we've got to build.
Yeah.
We got to build. Once we're there, we got to build. And what does the Champions League do? It brings in more revenue. Other players look and want to play for Champions League teams. So, all right, I'll come. Arsenal, biggest club, biggest club in London. I'll have some of that. And that's what it starts to do. That aura starts to come back. Curtis, I'm starting to see people people are getting vexed that we're celebrating our wins. I love it.
It's true.
Curtis, that Arsenal aura is coming back. We need that top 4 spot more than people think. We need it more than you think, because that brings back the aura, that brings back a bit more swagger. And you know what? The recruitment changes.
Shopping in Harrods again, aren't you?
Yeah, man, we've been in Lidl, bro.
Kev, I swear, when you was talking then, I felt like getting up and sprinting. Like I was like, I could just feel them. Yeah, the energy was coming through the screen.
But I've got, you know what, Curtis? I've got that energy because I feel it. I feel this team. I didn't feel it when we lost them 3 games, but you know what? After beating the 3 bigger teams, what have we got to lose? We got everything to gain. There's a top 4 spot with our name on it. If we want it, go and get it. Go and take it. Take it.
They have to, man. They have to.
There's nothing stopping them, Curtis. They've played all the teams. They've played everyone. The last real bastion is against that lot down the road. And we could go there and knock them out. That's what I like.
But they shouldn't be. Listen, they shouldn't be scared of that Tottenham team, should they?
No
it's a tough game, but they're not a great team either.
One thing we do know, Kurt, is they're beatable. They are beatable. We know where their problems are, and we know where their threats are.
Yeah.
That's the key. We know where their threats are. And let's be honest, we slapped them up earlier on in the season. Wouldn't it be nice to just go to their gaff and get a win?
And just shut it down.
Shut it down. Lock them down. Arsenal fans celebrating in their gaff. That's what we need. That's what we want.
Kev, you spoke about everyone's vexed at the celebrations. When you was at Arsenal, and obviously you had success there, did you feel that hate because you was such a good team? Like, yeah, these lot are hating on us.
Yeah, Curtis, yeah. And again, You know, when you talk about that energy, I feel it coming back because people are sniping us.
Mm.
People are sniping at us. Oh, you look at the way players are saying it and pundits are saying it. They've been at us. Anytime we do anything positive, they're all sniping on us. Bring it on, Curtis. Because that's the siege mentality we need as a football club. You see all the fans coming together with the team and the club. Arsenal are here now.
Mm.
Arsenal are here. And when we win, we celebrate. You don't like it? Too bad. You got to bite it. You know, and this is what it's about. This is what it's about. It's about winning football matches. And the more we win, Curtis, is the more they're going to get red eye. And I love it.
Bro, I'm telling you, Kev is absolutely preaching today. Do you know what? It's almost like in these last few years of like kind of just going through the motions. It's like I almost forgot what Arsenal were before. Do you know what I mean? Because I've just been, Europa League, last 16 we're out. And then now we're going back to the top. I'm like, bro, this is what, you know what I mean? I'm remembering what it felt like, Champions League.
Smell the air.
Yeah,
Smell
like,
the Champions League air.
yeah, man. You know what I mean?
Oh,
The
man.
music. Oh, I'm telling you, I'm getting out the card. I'm buying the home kit, the away kit. I'm gonna look like Ty if we make the Champions League. Headphones, everything.
Curtis, do you know what, Curtis? It's what the club need. It's what the club need. Curtis, we've been wallowing too long. We've been watching that lot down the road have Champions League campaigns and we're not involved. No, listen, hold on. We got to turn the world back now, and we got to get it back on its kilter. So Arsenal are there. We can't be having them ahead of us. It's time to turn this thing around, Curtis. It's time.
Oh man, I'm telling you, if this goes wrong, you know they're gonna clip this Ross, in it. We're in trouble.
Hey, Curtis, listen. I've said it all along this season. I'm backing this team. I'm backing the manager to get there. If we don't get there, obviously the clip's there. I don't mind. I don't mind that. But Curtis, I'd rather be positive. And you know what? If you'd have give me this spot 4 games after 3 games this season, Curtis, man was talking about relegation battle.
I remember.
Right? If you give me this spot at the start of the season after 3 or 4 games, we would have took their hand off. But here we are, Curtis, and I've got no trials or tribulations about getting it. I've got no problem about saying we just can't take it. It's there for us to take.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. And do you know what? It's something you said there. It's like, I'm doing a Champions League watch along tonight for the viewers, by the way. Madrid City, which was a ridiculous game last week. But it's like you said, like, I shouldn't be doing Champions League watch alongs and it ain't Arsenal.
Well, you're doing it because it's the Champions League.
Yeah. And we love the football.
And we love the football. But you're not really invested. You're doing it, but you're not invested. If it's Arsenal there, well, it's the energy is totally different. But Arsenal haven't been at that level. Getting there this season. We need that top 4, Curtis, because you know what? I want to see you do watch-alongs for Arsenal.
I'm telling you.
That's what I want, Champions League.
Champions League. You know what, Kev? I have to ask you about Arteta because we've spent so many shows debating this guy, blah, blah, blah. And to be fair, I have to give you your props at this moment. You've always stayed the same with your opinion. Give him time. You know, he's going to, you said we got to go through all of that pain before.
Got to go through pain. Yeah.
And at the moment, it is coming to fruition, what you're saying. What kind of gave you so much belief about this manager?
I look at him and what he's trying to do. I look at what he says. I know a lot of the time you you kill him, don't you? You know, you kill him.
It's all
Um,
fun and games, though,
no,
man.
I
What
know,
the
but I'm just saying,
settings, you know?
you
Yeah,
kill
yeah,
him the thing. But
yeah,
I study what people say because I think it's
yeah.
important to hear the message and to read between the lines sometimes.
Mm,
And he's accountable. He wants the team to do well. He wants the club to do well, and he's trying to improve players. He on the training pitch, he wants players to train the way they play. That's the way. That's the way I've always been taught, Curtis. I've always been taught that way. Train the way you play, because it's not a switch. How many times have you heard that? It's not a switch. You can't just
can't
switch it
turn
on
it
and
on.
off when you want.
Yeah.
You've got to do that. And for the majority of the time, not all the time, the majority of the time, Arsenal have been a lot better this season than they were last season, for instance. And it's not hard being better than we were last season.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, Curtis, it's good enough to get us in a position to buck the trend. To buck the trend. And we are still light.
Mm,
So if we're doing this and we're light, what happens when we start bringing in some heavy artillery? Do you know what I mean? That's the key for
yeah.
me. It's not all on now, although we're doing great. It's what could this look like with an extra two midfielders? What could this look like with an extra couple of strikers? Because I'm seeing Eddie doing bits, and I'm saying that's Eddie, you know.
No, yo, they tell me I'm harsh on Eddie.
No, but I mean it in the nicest possible
I
way
know what you're
because
saying. I know what you're saying.
remember, Eddie's really come from nowhere because Lacazette just lost his form.
Yeah.
Eddie gets an opportunity, and here's the funny thing, by the way, Curtis. Against Chelsea, people are telling me they don't want Eddie anywhere near the team.
Mm.
Eddie scores 2 goals. Next minute, should we sign Eddie again? I mean,
That's the fan base, man.
That's it's
That's the
madness,
fan base.
Curtis. It's madness. It's madness. But I always look at, we can push it on. We can get better players in. We're going there. So that's why I've always backed it, because I know this is a building process.
Mm. No, listen, I have to big you up on it because I didn't see it, and but he has to still get there because if we have this
100%.
conversation, we finish fifth. It's a different conversation. He has to get it from here. But
Well,
he's
look, we're already qualified for Europe, right?
yeah, we're guaranteed. Yeah, we're in Europe.
But we want the top spot. We want the top European spot. We don't want no Europa League, and forget the conference.
Nah, none of that. Let Man
We don't
United
want no
go.
conference. We give it away. We don't want that.
Nah, I don't even want to turn up for that.
Right, we give it away. We don't want that.
Yeah.
But Curtis, let's be honest. We want that. We not only do we want it, we need it, Curtis. Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, all them boys need to be playing their trade in the Champions League. Saliba coming back. Imagine he's coming back to a Champions League team. That's what we want.
Yeah. I mean, listen, like you said, man, if he comes back to Arsenal in the Champions League, we just look different, don't we? We look totally different.
Yeah.
What somebody just said there. Anyone wants to get a few questions? Have you got to go yet, Kev? How are you doing?
Yeah. No, I've got time. I've got
a bit of time. Anyone wants any questions in? Throw a few questions in. Somebody said there, Kev, with the Forest game, Jed Spence. What did you think of him? And he's been linked with Arsenal as potentially a backup.
Listen, I watched him. I watched him on Saturday. I was watching the game sparingly yesterday because I was at my son's cup final.
Yeah.
And listen, they didn't play too well yet last night. I didn't think Forest, from what I saw. But Saturday he can play, man. He can play, and I tell you what, going forward, we talk about people going forward and being a threat.
Yeah.
He will cause big problems for opposition. He's athletic, he's smart, he's quick, and You know, if you brought him in, all of a sudden, that right hand side is nice.
Looks nice, isn't
You
it?
know, Tommy Arsenal and him battling, it's all nice.
Two different options.
Yeah.
TM101 said, Kev, predictions for tonight. How do you see that City Madrid game going?
Yeah, you know what? I think I've said all along. I love Real Madrid, but I think Man City are going to win. I think Man City are going to. I think it's going to be a draw tonight, 2-2 draw, and City are going to go through. That's what I think.
All English final.
Yeah, all English final, City v Liverpool, and I think City are going to win. For some strange reason. Normally you say Liverpool, man, after what they've done to them in the cup, but something tells me it's City's year.
Oh, you think City going to win the whole thing?
The whole tournament, yeah. I do.
Yeah, man. Garvin said, Kev, any advice for Nuno?
Yeah, I think Nuno's going to be better next season, Garvin, if I'm honest with you. I think this is his first season. He's been up and down. He's been in and out. He's been yanked off. He's been dropped. He's going to be a lot better, and he's going to be a lot more calm next season because he knows what to expect. This season has been a bit of a whirlwind for him. He's had a long spell out of the team. When he was in the team earlier in the season, Curtis, he done really well. And people, don't forget, people were saying, should we sell Tierney because Nuno's the business?
Yeah.
And you see how football works? You get back in and it doesn't go so well, but he has to go through sometimes the tough times for him to improve. And he's doing that right now. Hey, Curtis, he's played. He's been in the team and he's been up and down, but Arteta's kept him there and we've won the game. So, you know, he still deserves a chance in the team.
Kev, you know, just I wanted to ask you quick. Karim Benzema, for me, for a long time, has been one of my favorite strikers. I actually show my son videos of him, like to study and that. Are you, because I know you obviously worked with La Liga and stuff. 34 years of age, he looks like he's at the peak of his career. Do you think he was kind of in the shadows a little bit of Ronaldo and playing that backup role, and he's now sort of become the main act?
Flourishing. He's flourishing. And I think Karim Benzema was happy to play the backup role. Because Ronaldo's personality, you know, he wants to be the man. He is the man. But Benzema always used to contribute. And you know what? Fair play to him because he's got so much more to his game. But now, once Ronaldo left, they needed him to carry it. And let me tell you, Curtis, that he has carried it for a good few seasons now.
Yeah.
A good few seasons. What has he got? 40-odd goals this season?
40
I
goals.
mean, 34 years old, he's got 40-odd goals. Incredible. He's still an incredible player, Curtis. And you watch him tonight, he will just drift and, you know, he will drift into positions. You know what? I don't think he gets credit for that first goal against City last week.
Made it look so easy, didn't he, Kev? Left foot.
As on the strikers union, how hard is that, Curtis?
Oh, first time volley.
First time and steer it.
Yeah. And don't even get me started on the penalty because I'll have to end the stream.
You know that, yeah, don't.
Don't even get me started. Michael said, Kev, what players on loan would you have back? Would you take any of them back? Obviously, no. Saliba, but outside
Saliba is the only one, but all the others.
Ainsley finished as well for you.
Where's he going to play?
Yeah, that's the problem.
We've already got problems with Pepe, let alone Reece.
You know, yeah, Reece Nelson as well. I mean, yeah, he's another one. Yeah, probably not quite.
Yeah, not quite there. You know, listen, we're gonna have to cash in on some of these boys because these guys, we're still paying them. Some of these guys, so it's time to get bodies in who are, you know, some better bodies. That's what we need. We need better bodies.
Yeah. Someone said, Kev, do you think Ramsdale is getting arrogant?
Yeah, you know what? Yes, I do, Stuart. I do think Ramsdale is getting a little bit above his step. Listen, goalkeepers are crazy. He's crazy anyway.
Yeah.
Right? He's crazy. But I'm telling you this, what he done on Sunday and got away with it, could have cost us big time.
I thought it was a red, Kev. I was like, oh no, he's off. And I couldn't believe
At
the replay.
first, because I was doing the game as well, like I said,
Oh,
Curtis,
yeah.
we saw the replays, and luckily, I thought he was slow off his line.
Mm.
He was reckless, and the challenge was high. But luckily, he never touched him. If he touches him, he's off. Luckily, he was that late. Bowen got there ahead of him and was so fast that he made sure Ramsdale never touched him.
Yeah,
or else he's taken an early bath, and we're down to 10 men, Curtis. And we don't win that game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, what we need him to do is calm himself down. Calm himself down and be a leader. And I know he's young. And you know what? This is what pressure does sometimes, Curtis. Pressure, because the pressure's on us. Spurs won earlier on in the day. Pressure was on us to get a result. You know, goalkeepers and, you know, they're the last line of defense. They do something crazy and it could cost us. So I do think he's maybe a little bit cocksure, but he needs to just calm that down and concentrate. I don't mind. Listen, he could come out in a clown's outfit on the last game of the season if we secure top 4.
Yeah,
I don't care after that.
No,
but
I
just
don't.
secure that top 4 first.
It's funny that, isn't it? Because when you're in this race, it's fine margins, isn't it, Kev? He gets sent off there and we lose. All of a sudden, top 4, we're scrambling. This one
But
quick
even
decision.
a draw, Curtis. Even a draw.
Yeah.
Even a draw. We don't stretch our lead. We're level. They're above us. And their goal difference is huge. So that's like an extra point. So this is the fine margins. Luckily, he never touched Bowen.
Yeah. And would you stick with him though? You wouldn't drop him for Leno, and if you keep him in there.
No, I'll keep him in there. Definitely. Listen,
Are you going to
He
go?
did make
to
a really good save from Declan Rice. You know, in the first half where he come off and headed the corner, he did make a good save, but we just need him to calm himself down. Definitely.
Are you going to any of the games?
I'm doing the game on Sunday. For PLP.
Yeah.
I think the one I'm penciled in to go to, as you could imagine, is the last game. If
Everton, of course.
If there's something riding on it.
Yeah. You're going to have, you could have some mixed emotions that day, couldn't you, depending on the circumstances.
Curtis, I've said it earlier on in this stream, and I'll say it again. I think if Arsenal need to win the game, Arsenal will win the game.
Yeah.
I really believe Arsenal will win the game, but if it's a dead rubber for Arsenal and Everton needs something,
then you're going to want, of course.
No, I obviously want Everton to stay up as well. But again, I just hope there's nothing riding on it. I hope Arsenal get top 4 and Everton are safe. Then we could just, whoever wins.
I'll get a few more, then I'll round up. ECQ said, Kev, thoughts on Ivan Toney?
I think Ivan Toney's had a good season. I think he's done pretty well at Brentford. Step up to Arsenal's a lot different than Brentford, let me tell you.
Yeah.
But I think he's led the line really well. If we can't get any of the other strikers, then maybe we might it might be good to look at Ivan Toney. But Ivan Toney is one of them. Maybe he want to play, he want to start all the time. Because he's the main man at Brentford, isn't he? He's the main striker.
Yeah.
So, he will probably want to play. But if we're in Champions League, I'm sure he'll consider coming from the bench, Curtis.
Do you know what, Kev? I saw your goal actually the other day. It popped up on Twitter. I think it was PSG, was it? Semi-final?
Yeah, semi, yeah.
Yeah. I saw it and I thought, yo, man, like, people don't know, man. You've had some these were iconic moments in Arsenal's history,
Yeah, big moments. Listen, the club, the thing is, there's been so many, Curtis. There's been so many big moments that it's easy to just forget. Because, I'm an ex-player and I forget some of them. Because some of these things come up on social media and I'm like, God, I can't even remember that. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I remember that PSG goal, but there's been so many big moments and we've had so many good teams, Curtis, that 1 to 1 to 1 is so difficult to keep up. That's why we're blessed, and that's why we need that Champions League spot, because we ain't settling. That's for sure. We're not settling.
Kev, you know what people won't realize, right? When you was at Forest, the year you got promoted, you and Van Hooijdonk, right?
Mhm.
I was training with Forest, like, I don't know what age group it was, little kids at the time, you know.
Right.
And obviously, my dad, he didn't want to take me all the way from Nottingham to Highbury. It was like, nah, man, too much. So I'm just going to take you to watch Forest. And I used to watch you and Van Hooijdonk. I said, yo, these two are on a madness at Forest, you know. And
On a
obviously,
mission.
Bart
Yeah.
Williams and Steve Stone, you know what I mean? And I was like, nah, man. So even to have you on the show, man, it's a pleasure. And obviously, even before that, seeing you and Wrighty for Arsenal, and then this is why I always say to people when you come on this show, be respectful even if you don't agree, because man's got history, bro. You know what I mean? Real Arsenal history, you know.
Curtis, listen, I appreciate that. And you know what? I'm one of the lucky ones. I covered 80s, 90s, 2000s. I covered 3 decades in my career. All the change from Football League to Premier League, all the changes, all the difference, all the, the Arsene Wenger coming in at Arsenal years that changed football, people doing things a different way. I was all part of all that. So here we are now. So listen, again, I don't mind people disagreeing with me. I don't mind that, because it's football. It's an opinion, People have their opinions. But just remember, I'm right.
Kev, you know what? It's 2.5K, and it's been a pleasure to have you on. Great show. And it was unexpected last minute, so I had no script. We just ran with it for an hour,
the best
man.
Ones. They're the best ones.
ones.
And do you know what I would say, Curtis? How many likes have you got? Do you know what?
No, I
You
don't
put
know.
on some good content for your fan base, and the likes don't. I done that. Listen, I don't know if you heard. I went off the Highbury squad.
What do you mean? You've left it?
No, I went off. I said I'm done, because we're putting on a good show.
Yeah.
We got so many people in, and the likes were like some small amount of likes. That's not right, man. You know what I mean?
We got 750 likes, but there's 2.5K in the chat.
I always say, if you're running on 50%,
yeah,
you're right, Curtis. So come on, people, get the likes up, man. Get 1,250 minimum or whatever. That's the hey, Curtis. That's the minimum you should be having.
Minimum. Do you know what I mean? But nah, listen, Kev, been an absolute pleasure having you on, and we'll catch up over the next few weeks, no doubt.
Listen, we'll catch up again very soon, because I think I'm gonna listen after you're calling for me and man's telling me Curtis is looking for you. I'm gonna have to come and find you. All right, Curtis. Take care, everyone, and look after yourself. Brock the neck.
Big up to everyone for tuning in. Make sure you lick down the like, subscribe. I'll be back tonight, 7:45, Madrid Man City Champions League watch along. Big up, Kev. Big up the community. Bless.